Welcome back. And before you make fun of my outfit, just know that somebody made this by hand, and I bought it from them, and it wasn't made by a machine in China. And it's super snuggly. And look, there's a little dangly thing in the back. It is very cool. Admit it. Okay, we are on 33. Let's jump into it. When trouble touches men, they cry to their Lord, turning back to him in repentance. But when he gives them a taste of mercy as from himself, behold, some of them pay part worship to other gods besides their Lord. Yeah, that's even been very famous in a lot of shows. As if to show their ingratitude for the favors we have bestowed on them. Then enjoy your brief day, but soon will ye know your folly. Or have we sent down authority to them, which points out to them the things to which they pay part worship? When we give men a taste of mercy, they exult thereat, and when some evil afflicts them because of what their own hands have sent forth, behold, they are in despair. So it's like they give mercy even if what came upon you is because of what you did yourself. Still, that's not enough to make them turn to God. See, they not that Allah enlarges the provision and restricts it to whomsoever He pleases. Verily, in that are signs for those who believe. So give what is due to kindred, the needy, and the best wayfarer. That is best for those who seek the countenance of Allah, and it is they who will prosper. That which ye lay out for increase through the property of other people will have no increase with Allah, but that which ye lay out for charity, seeking the countenance of Allah, will increase. It is these who will let a recompense multiplied. It is Allah who has created you. Further, He has provided for your sustenance, that He will cause you to die, and again He will give you life. And are there any of your false partners who can do any single one of these things? Glory to Him, and high is He above the partners they attribute to Him. Mischief has appeared on land and sea because of the meed that the hands of men have earned, that Allah may give them a taste of some of their deeds, in order that they may turn back from evil. Give them, may Allah give them, that Allah may get a taste of their own deeds. Say, travel through the earth and see what was the end of those before you. Most of them worshipped others besides Allah. But set thou face to the right religion before there come from Allah the day which there is no chance of averting. On that day shall men be divided in two. Those who reject faith will suffer from that rejection, and those who work righteousness will spread their couch of repose for themselves in heaven, that He may reward those who believe and work righteous deeds out of His bounty, for He loves not those who reject faith. Among His signs is this, that He sends the winds as heralds of glad tidings, giving you a taste of His grace, and mercy, that the ships may sail majestically by His command, and that ye may seek of His bounty, in order that ye may be grateful. We did indeed send before thee apostles to their respective peoples, and they came to them with clear signs. Then to those who transgressed we meted out retribution, and was due from us to aid those who believed. It is Allah who sends the winds, and they raise the clouds. Then He spreads them in the sky as He wills, and breaks them into fragments, until thou seest raindrops issued from the midst thereof. Then, when He has made them reach such of His servants as He wills, behold, they do rejoice. even though before they received the rain, just before this, they were dumb with despair. Then contemplate, O man, the memorials of Allah's mercy, how He gives life to the earth after its death. Verily the same will give life to men who are dead, for He has power over all things. And if we but send a wind from which they see their tilth turn yellow, behold, they become thereafter ungrateful, unbelievers. So verily thou canst not make the dead to hear, nor canst thou make the deaf to hear the call, when they show their backs and turn away, nor canst thou lead back the blind from their straying. Only those wilt thou make to hear, who believe in our signs and submit their wills in Islam. It is Allah who created you in a state of helpless weakness, then gave you strength after weakness, then after strength gave you weakness, and a hoary head He created as He wills, and it is He who has all knowledge and power. On the day that the hour of reckoning will be established, the transgressor will swear that they tarried not but an hour. Thus were they used to being deluded. But those endued with knowledge and faith will say, Indeed ye did tarry within Allah's decree to the day of resurrection, and this is the day of resurrection, but ye were not aware. So on that day no excuse of theirs will avail the transgressors, nor will they be invited then to seek grace by repentance. Verily we have propounded for men in this Qur'an every kind of parable. But if thou bring to them any sign, the unbelievers are sure to say, Ye do nothing but talk vanities. Thus does Allah seal up the hearts of those who understand not. So patiently persevere, for verily the promise of Allah is true, nor let those shake thy firmness who have themselves no certainty of faith. Ungrateful unbelievers. New section, Luqman, but we'll then review what we liked about the Roman Empire one. Okay, so I liked on 28, He does propound to you a similitude from your own experience. Do ye have partners among those whom your right hand possesses to share as equals in the wealth we have bestowed on you? And then 29, Nay, the wrongdoers merely follow their own lusts, being devoid of knowledge. But who will guide those whom Allah leaves astray? To them there will be no helpers. Wow. Following your own lusts, right? Sometimes, when people argue about why should you tell me what to do? Who are you to tell me what to do? Indeed, you're not someone to tell someone what to do. But if you're doing something that you can see is just hey man, I don't think that's good for your mental health, right? Then you can say hey, your lust is really, getting in the way of your life, of your happiness. The biggest wrongdoing that you do when you follow your own lusts is, when you participate in hookup culture. The more you sleep around, the more depressed you get. And if someone points it out to you and says, hey man, maybe don't go home with that guy after the final call at the bar. Maybe you should just go home. Or better yet, don't drink at all over there. They're like, who are you? I'm having fun. And it's yeah, but then you complain about being depressed and lonely. And then 19, who gives life to the earth after it is dead? That's a hopeful one, right? Especially in the face of mass pollution. And then on 21, He created for you mates from among yourselves, that ye may dwell in tranquility with them. And I like that one because it's again, you want a peaceful relationship. You don't want all that action, drama, and fighting. And there really are women who like the drama in their relationships. There really is. They like to fight, they like to smack, they like to have something to cry about. They're always looking for something to nitpick. And there's guys also who act however they want, even knowing that it's going to make their partner, upset. And then they get mad when their partner mentions it. But they do things that makes the relationship not tranquil. So it's almost like the Quran is telling you here that a healthy relationship has tranquility. He has put love and mercy between your hearts. Verily, and that are signs for those who reflect. And again, I like it how it always ends like that. When it says things as like, verily, and that are signs for those who reflect, for those who think, if you should be among the knowers. Right? I like that. It's just so cool how it ends. Okay, and on 22, and among his signs is the creation of the heavens and the earth, and the variations in your languages and your colors. Verily, and that are signs for those who know. You know what's interesting too? We all have interbred, and that's how certain races get formed, right? Like, think about 300 years ago. People change. Your looks change. The dominant features of your culture change. And some of the most beautiful people are mixed race. They get like you can get a Puerto Rican and a black man, and then they have beautiful lips or like a really golden caramel complexion, and then they have the curvature of the spine on the lower back. It's amazing when you get some of these really beautiful people who are mixed race. Not to say that if you're 100% your race that you're not beautiful. That's not what I'm saying. But you get unique features that are like really distinct, like a black person with blue eyes, right? You're just like, wow, so beautiful. Or you'll get a Mexican when the Spaniards came over, right? Because Spaniards are more pale and they have some traits of like green eyes very rarely. And then they'll get with somebody who is descended from the Aztecs, and this person will have jet black hair and then like these green eyes and like this beautiful skin tone, and you're like, whoa, like that's because they mix the races, right? Beauty can come in any race, but it's not like what the Ku Klux Klan neo-Nazi weirdos think. They think that if you interbreed with different races, you lower your IQ and you damage your genetics, when that's not the case at all. There's some racist paleo-conservatives who think that if you have intercourse with African Americans, that's the same as having intercourse with a dog. They are very pathetic, the alt-right groupers in America. It's just wonderful. And again, all of us, I remember looking in a thread, just commenting how the Quran is the first holy book that I've ever read that specifically talks about you're varying in colors because that's how God wanted it to be. It doesn't mean one is less than the other. That's a man-made concept, not a divine concept. If only certain races knew, right? And then number 8, do they not reflect in their own minds? I love that one. 9, do they not travel through the earth and see what was the end of those before them? That has come up a lot in the Quran. It's just amazing. And then this one was scary too, but really cool. Number 12, it said like, and on that day the hour will be established. The guilty will be struck dumb with despair. Cause see, some people think like, oh, I'm really tough. Ain't nothing gonna scare me. Nah. But to be struck dumb is just like, like you don't even know what to do. It's so cool. Amazing one. Very cool. I really enjoy it. What was your favorite verse in this chapter, fam? It was really cool. I thought it was going to be a lot about, for some reason I just thought it was going to be a lot about ancient Rome or something, but it wasn't exactly. But what's interesting is you all wrote that it predicted the fall of an outcome of a battle, right? Before time was due. So that's very cool. Okay, fam, I'm going to come up here so that we can get into the next section. It says Luqman the Wise. Oh.